Let's go back to our lead story this morning, and in the early hours of this morning, that speech by Donald Trump. A Trump presidency would usher in a new era, he said, putting America and ordinary people first.
Yes, that was the message from the business tycoon Donald Trump as he accepted the Republican presidential candidacy nomination. He made the pledge as he closed the party's convention last night, addressing supporters and the world's media at a packed sports arena in Cleveland, Ohio. You probably haven't seen it yet, so let's have a look.
It is time to show the whole world that America is back, bigger and better and stronger than ever before. I have had a truly great life in business, but now my sole and exclusive mission is to go to work for our country, to go to work for you. It's time to deliver a victory for the American people. We don't win anymore, but we are going to start winning again.
Well, among those watching Mr. Trump last night was Jon Schweppe from the American Principles Project, a social conservative group. Morning to you. Thanks very much for joining us. You were there. You were in the room.
Thank you for having me.
What did you make of the tone of the speech?
Well, look, I think he was definitely not aiming that speech at the elite. He wasn't aiming it at the media. He wasn't aiming it at Wall Street or the donor class. He was focusing on ordinary middle-class Americans, people in inner cities, people who have been struggling and who have really seen their wages stagnant now for 14, 15, 16 years. And he was telling to them, if you vote for me, I'm going to advocate for you. I think it was a very powerful message and a very powerful speech, and it really hit with those folks.
Bleak message as well, and in some ways, I mean, if you just look what's said about Hillary Clinton, a very negative message, isn't it?
Well, look, you know, I think it's a convention, and when you see the Democratic convention next week, you'll see a lot of negative things aimed at Donald Trump. But I think, you know, he did a good job at contrasting. I think all the speakers did. There's a big difference between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and I think the American voter is going to realize, look, Donald Trump's someone who actually cares about you and me. Hillary Clinton is more concerned with Wall Street and big banks and helping Wall Street get ahead, helping the richest 1% get ahead. Donald Trump's focused on the ordinary worker.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's all about you and me. And he talks, though, about things like, for example, again, he mentioned he's going to build a wall. How will people receive that?
Well, look, I think people are seeing the economic problems in this nation of, you know, not getting ahead, seeing that our stock markets are doing great and our richest people are doing quite well. But the average working person is not seeing their families get ahead. They're actually seeing their costs go up. And so, you know, Donald Trump has addressed several reasons for that. He cites what he calls unfair trade deals. He cites immigration concerns. And, you know, these are all possible reasons. But the most important thing is he is addressing the problems that working people are facing. And Hillary Clinton is not doing that. In fact, she's just out there, you know, bashing Republicans and screaming about racism and bigotry. But she's not addressing the problems that American voters really want to hear addressed on the economic level. And I think he did a very good job tonight at doing that.
OK, so from your point of view, he's addressed those problems. Is he the man who can actually make the difference and sort them out? And how does this sort of change from globalization to inward looking or sort of Americanization? That's the way he put it. How does that help?
Well, look, I think you know, he wasn't, for a lot of us, he wasn't our first or second choice, but he's really done a good job at reaching out to the different coalitions within the Republican Party, within the independents here, and even some of the Democrats who aren't enthused with Hillary Clinton, some of the people who are supporting Bernie Sanders. He is trying to build a very wide coalition that can sweep him to victory in November, and I think tonight was definitely a very important first step in doing that. He has, you know, a few months left. He has some exciting debates against Hillary Clinton, and I think he will ultimately be successful in doing so.
Jon Schweppe, thank you very much for your time this morning. Thank you.
Let's see, the time now is 6:47. You're watching Breakfast from BBC News. A reminder of our main stories this morning, and as you've just been hearing, Donald Trump has accepted the Republican nomination for president. He's promised to put America first.
A damning report by MPs has accused Sports Direct of failing to treat its employees as human beings.
Going to have a look at the